It was the end of an exhausting week, and this was the market's 8th straight losing day as Wall Street just couldn't put the brakes on this wild ride. Call it Red October.
It's the only business in the world that when they have a fire sale, nobody comes.
In the 8 trading sessions this month, the Dow and the S&P have both fallen 22%, a kind of slow motion crash.
The fear has gotten to irrational proportions. We're now assuming, I think, that when this is over, none of us are going to be living in houses anymore.
As this week-long wipeout ended, Treasury Secretary Henry Paulson and Fed Chairman Ben Bernanke began a series of meetings with the finance ministers of the G7, the leading industrialized nations. Does there need to be a coordinated global response here?
I think there does, because we are in a coordinated global recession at this point.
Economist Lakshman Achuthan.
And if we don't get one? If you don't get one, you're taking a very bad recession, a global recession, and you're going to make it much more severe.
The U.S. government reportedly is considering taking ownership stakes in major banks and guaranteeing loans between banks.
When the government steps in and says, we'll make good on these loans if the bank cannot, that greatly increases investor confidence that they will get repaid.
President Bush again tried to reassure the nation today, just as FDR repeatedly did in his fireside radio chats during the Great Depression.
It is the right plan. It will take time to have its full impact.
In other words, we are moving as fast as the mechanics of the situation will allow us.
We're in this together, and we'll come through this together.
Together, we cannot fail.
As nervous investors have been pulling billions out of the markets, one business has been profiting. Sales of home safes are up 75%, according to America's biggest safe maker. Yeah, we'll check on sales of mattresses next week. Some traders are hoping the steep sell-off late yesterday and early today, it was 1,000 points in just a couple of hours, finally signaled a bottom. They're also hoping the G7 will come to the rescue this weekend. Maggie?
That'll be quite a show of force, all those leaders together. Anthony, do you think they need to come out of those meetings with a concrete plan for a solution, or just reassurance that they're working on this together?
I think they'd like to see a plan, and in fact, we've just heard from Secretary Paulson that the U.S. government intends to move ahead and take ownership stakes in some major banks. That's big news. The G7 also just issued a statement saying they intend to take decisive action and use all available tools. These are the kind of hopeful signs the market is looking for.
Exactly right. Anthony Mason, thank you.